Hi, I'm back in my studio now, and I just want to share with you how it was painting outdoors in Italy in warm weather and with very minimal materials. So let's start. First of all, in Italy, I had all the materials with me that previous video. In the end, when I was sitting by Lake Caldonazzo, I had this board with me. I stretched my paper on it, and I had my oil sticks. And they were stored in an airtight box. And I also had this other box with me where I had transported the wet paintings. I also used wax. I bought a stick with a drying accelerator, but honestly, I have to say that the wax made things a bit more difficult. It got really soft in the heat. I couldn't control everything as well, but it was also a nice experience because I ended up blending a lot with my fingers. And a cool thing about oil sticks is that you can bring back highlights by pressing hard and rubbing the color into the surface. The texture of the paper helps you apply color effectively. You're basically pushing other colors around with the stick. I also brought palette knives with me. I used them to scratch in fine lines, like the horizon line, and I worked really quickly. What I noticed was that the sticks got a bit softer, but it wasn't a big deal. Definitely not as bad as I had feared. I actually thought that they would melt or something, but it wasn't the case at all. I just placed my backpack in front to give the sticks some shade, but otherwise I didn't do much to protect them. That's really important to me, to be able to paint outside without constantly worrying about my materials. What I also noticed is that because it was so warm, I could really blend the color nicely with a brush. I didn't need any mediums, just used the brush directly. That was my experience. I even painted another picture, and it was honestly a lot of fun. I never felt like I was missing anything. What was really important, though, was to have tissues or cloths for wiping. Just like with traditional oil painting, you need to keep your stick clean to avoid picking up unwanted colors. That way your colors stay fresh, and it was one of the pieces I made. I pre-cut the paper to fit the board, and it's primed. Just thick cotton paper, and I primed it with Liquitex, which works great. It also adds a bit of texture, and it works super well. So yeah, the usual stuff: drying clothes, barrier cream or gloves, and then you're good to go. I placed the pre-cut paper inside here and taped it down with masking tape and got started. One more thing I want to share, kind of funny moment. I had a little panic moment when we arrived at the campsite. We had to wait to get into our apartment, and I suddenly panicked, thinking, oh no, my sticks are still in the car in the heat. I was afraid they might melt, so we grabbed the box with my sticks and put it into our cooler. I actually left one stick out on purpose because I wanted to see what would happen if it stayed in the hot car. All the materials were in a box in the trunk. Nothing happened to the stick. It didn't melt or anything. Everything was totally fine. I even painted another picture. And that one was done in our garden, the roses. I keep experimenting to build a routine. And yeah, I would say go for it. It totally works. And it was so cool. And I hope you have fun too.